Hey, welcome back to Groundhog's Garage. Glad to have you with me. If you've seen my other video, the key tumblers on Project Frankenstein, the driver's side door didn't work at all, and the ignition key for the column, I gotta jiggle it, and I made some joke about getting carpal tunnel syndrome trying to turn my car on. So I've done both doors now, and I'm ready to do the ignition key, and might as well see the completion of this project. Now there's two covers you got to take off. Let's see if I... So you can see there's a couple holes under here, and there is a screw in here, and there is a screw in here, and they're T25, so they don't just want anyone getting in here. So let's take those out. And you have to remove the lever for the column, so it just pops out. And I use some guys just pull it out with their fingers, but they make a tool for everything. So, and then this should pop down like that. And I'm not going to take that out yet because I think I'd have to drop this, and I don't want to really do that. So I'm not even sure I needed to take that out now. Let's drop the column back down, way down like that, and bring it up here. Off of here, see if it makes it any easier for us. Oh yeah. There is a little, what is this? What have I got here? I got a E6, but I don't know if that's going to be small enough. It is. And that looks like it's going to stay there. So let's drop this back down. Take that out. Now, if you look at the new tumbler, this is what you got to press in. And you'll see it's lined up with the notch in the tumbler. You can see that. Maybe turn that a little bit that way. So they're in line. And then if you look up here, you can see this hole. So I got to line this line up with the hole, and then you can poke this down in there and release it, and that should pull out. Look at how easy that was. Woo! So here's where the issue is. See, I'll show this. Well, I think you can see it. The indentation here. The indentation here is like too. The ramp isn't a ramp anymore. It's like in and out, in and out. So it won't let the this pin here slide around here, and that is why, even though the key still works, this thing is so hard to turn. So we'll slide the other one back in. I put a little bit of grease around the rim here, and just lube this up a little bit too. And so let's just put this back in here. Where's the key at? And there we go. How about that? No more carpal tunnel syndrome. So let's slap this thing back together. And here's the underneath of that cover, and here's the here's what you're, once you get the bottom cover off, you got to kind of look up next to the tumbler and find it right there. There we go. And you got to get this loose. There's a, what did I say, E6, and loosen that, and you should be good to go. I need another hand. And the little boot around the gear shift is slotted to fit. So if you really want to do it right, I'll wait till I get this on here. And let's do this. If you haven't seen this trick, paper towel, piece of tape, anything will hold that in the socket a little better. Or not. Okay, I put a little piece of tape around it this time. Here we go. Work this boot in here. Das Boot. Unscrew. Second screw. Put this back in here. Put this back in. Just like that. Just clips right in. Turn off the safety flashers. Turn off the safety flashers. And oh, killed the battery. Alright, well, oh, you know what? I got a neat tool I'll show you. Watch how well this works. So, you might have seen this if you watch my battery recharging video on the NiCad batteries. And I just put this on here just to give them a little jump. So, I got the hood popped. If you don't have one of these, it doesn't even have to be this brand. This is DB Power, but these are awesome things. So this particular one, it's got USB outputs, and it also has one of these outputs. I don't know what you would use that for, where you can charge it, turn it on or off, and this is where you plug in the battery. Jumper cables, and it only goes in one way. There's a D port on one side. You put that on there and put the cables on, and there's a little button here that you press on the and you'll feel it click, and that should be all. You're probably going to fall off of there, but let's do this. And away we go. So I'm going to let that run for a couple of minutes. So thanks for joining me. Hopefully that helps you. It wasn't that hard. I did both the door I did both the passenger door and the tumbler and the ignition in maybe 2 hours, and that was between filming and doing everything else. So pretty easy to do. If you have any questions or comments, put them down below. and hopefully we see you again. All right, have a great day. Bye-bye.